Whoa,
versus Malfurion.
for the longest time.
The light shall bring victory.
Whoa. Love this deck. Love this deck. Hound Dub says, "Have you? Would you like to meet Jim Butcher?" I would love to meet him one day. The thing that really impresses me about Jim Butcher is his output. I always believe, or like, I gotta stop using the word always, man. I use that word too much. I believe that what is far more important than the idea in a creative work, it's the process that the creator has in order to produce creative works, right? If you want to be an author, your goal shouldn't be to write a really good book, so you shouldn't freak out if the first thing you write is bad. You shouldn't do that, because that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to work on you. You're trying to write something at whatever quality level and look at it and go, ah, I see how I was thinking when I wrote this, and I see how I can change what I'm thinking to make it better. And what's the end result of this? The ideal end result of a successful author? It's someone who can sit down and go, I got an idea, and just churn out a pretty damn solid book and do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And Jim Butcher has basically been going at the rate of 2 novels a year for a while.
Get in there and fight.
Pretty sick. That's pretty fucking sick.
Death does not scare me.
I don't have gills. So Jim Butcher, Umbra Ignis is pretty sure Sanderson hasn't beat. Brandon Sanderson is an author whom I respect so much that I have listened to, God, I don't know, 40 of his lectures? I am blown away at the output of Brandon Sanderson. Like, truly blown away. How long are the Dresden Files books? 120,000 words? Pretty typical. Nothing dramatic. Do you want it? I think I actually want to do this. Like that a little more. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson I respect so much because, so when he was first learning to write, and I'm going to bastardize this a little bit, so for any of you who know Brandon Sanderson better, forgive me, you're right. But to paraphrase, what I think, I don't know, I haven't researched Brandon too extensively, but Brandon Sanderson was first going to write. Good. Blah.
Another night on the prowl.
Oh, nerfed! When he first wanted to become an author, someone said to him, Brandon, the first 1,000,000 words an author writes are garbage. And Brandon Sanderson went, okay, let's get those out of the way. So Brandon Sanderson got a job as a night manager at a hotel so he could focus all of his brain power and time on writing those first 1,000,000 words as quickly as he possibly could. Now, many authors, in terms of their process of writing, are very spiky, right? They think, they plan, trying to think, and then they get inspired and and then they drop off again. My understanding of Brandon Sanderson is that he's just consistent as hell, man. He's just so consistent. If he writes for 12 hours, he can pretty much output the same quality of writing for that entire 12-hour duration.
Welcome to the exhibit.
Card draw is an awesome draw. So, in a typical novel, such as this, let me just grab this one. This is good. Death Mass. This is so great. Is this the one where they introduce Nicodemus? This is the one where they just, doesn't matter. A typical book is about 120,000 words. This one is 400 and some pages, 430 pages. It's about 120,000 words. And if you get an epic fantasy novel, you know, like Way of Kings, which is... Where's Way of Kings? I'm moving in like 8 days, so it's probably packed up somewhere. Ooh, shit. This is bad.
Time waits for no one.
Could be like 300, 400,000 words, I think, like that. Give me all your Cavaldiers.
Let me change your mind.
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson writes like 400,000 publishable words a year, and writes like 2 million words a year. Like, I mean, this is insane. Like, I'm not saying he writes 500,000 words a year. I'm saying that he has like 400,000 like publishable words a year. That's insane, because, you know, if you're a normal author, you would write, and then you're going to edit. You're going to throw a lot out and edit and edit and edit and edit. Well, you know what I'm thinking. Let's get that excavated evil off the top. Let's just get that one out of the way now. No! And off the top, I'm an evil man. Let's get that excavated evil off the top. My ability to just call it, I would dare say it is sick. I think we got everything we need, man. I think I'm gonna go Entomb Thoughtsteal. Something like this. I'm amazingly lucky that he's at 8 of 8 this turn. So yeah, that's why I have a lot of respect for Jim Butcher, because Jim Butcher can just churn out like several thousand words a day, just blast right through it. Back from the junkie. Health is important, and I have plenty of mana next turn. Day luck plot. Well, Blaze of Fire, I have the special technique where if there's only good cards in the deck, there's no such thing as top deck. Oh, that's fucking sick. Let's get that one in.
Let the dark consume you.
He's okay.
Unleash the beast.
Dr. Terminator says, Mr. Knight, do you think you'll ever do the book talk show again? For any of you who are unfamiliar about what is being spoken, it's a show I used to do with my dear friend Tristan, called Why We Like It.
I am freed from the curse.
The scourge will consume you. Well played.
Yeah.
Running the program, running the program.
Sick. That thing, that thing, that thing. Do I confess a palatress? Yeah, there's a show called Why We Like It that I did with my dear friend Tristan, where we just talked about media that we like. We talked about Game of Thrones, the television series. Talked about Watchmen, the Dresden Files. Did we talk about Bioshock Infinite? Let me look this up. Why We Like It. Ready Player One, the Dresden Files, Watchmen, the Hunger Games, and Game of Thrones. Wow, Jesus, I did those things 3 years ago. That was a solid show. Wait, why we like it? How many views did those get? I never look at my data. Game of Thrones episode got... Oh, that was thinner then. Watch us on YouTube. 86,000 views. Jesus. Ready Player One. How much did that one get? Go on YouTube. Oh, that one got 20,000 views. Oh, nifty. Fucking sick. Let's go ahead and steal some thoughts here.
Unleash the beast.
Take chaos.
By the light.
To the slaughter.
Isn't Ready Player One super transphobic? I don't know. I don't think so. Is it? Didn't really come across. But as far as I have an issue that if I like something, I have to figure out why I like something. I can't just say something is good and leave it at that. But all my friends think you should be able to just enjoy a piece of media without analyzing it. I don't think that's unreasonable. I like to spend time thinking about why I enjoy the things I enjoy. Rank 10. Woo! God, my eyes are so dry today. I'm so blinky. I have an acute case of crust eye.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
These are the cards. These are the ones. Road to rank 1. I would love to get to legend with this one. I've been really enjoying playing HearthStone now that I have a Shadowpriest. I can feel a lot of consideration about... When does the arrow get on this one?
I'll show them all!
Digital Dream Dom says, hey Dan, a friend told me to check you out after saying I looked like you. I just subbed to tell you you have fantastic hair, my bro. Digital Dream Dom, you have fantastic hair, my bro. You have fantastic hair, even. How do I want to do this? I do that. And then this. And that.
Do you like to play with fire?
Get murdered even! GG even! Oh, science! We're gonna live. Oh! Let's go ahead and steal his thoughts.
Job's done.
So next turn you're gonna be sick. Toileted shredder. A little toileted shredder.
I serve the Fire Lord. I serve the Fire Lord.
Hands off the keyboard. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna Valen's Chosen. I'm gonna counter spell. Oh. I think I might entomb it. I like to entomb it. Well, I am made out of balls.
I'll show them all!
I'll show them all! Oh, whoops. We have so many. Oh, synth spell! Colonoscopy! Evan Dagger. Eat My Tasty Diction, DT1324, Digital Dream Dom, Katarn 006, Dr. Pezzer Inside the Sun! I'm so sorry I was AFK. Could be a counter spell. We will not know. Oh. In a world. We're dealing 3 damage a turn. 3 damage a turn, 3 damage a turn.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Please be a zombie chow.
Let me change your mind.
Worth it.
Let me change your mind.
We got lucky as hell. No double hero power with Shadowform? No, I want to make sure. Well, I could not have done it that turn without doing all the stuff that I wanted to, and as a result, consequently, therefore... Oh my god, remember this card! Shit! Oh, that was a good one! Oh! Yeah, rather than try to go for the double in one turn, I just want to make sure that I have Mind Shatter always available. Does he not remember who I am? No, I think he knows. DC's okay. Because does it go off? No.
I am freed from the curse.
I'm like totally freed from the curse, and it's like super duper awesome.
Flame on!
Bang.
No! Ah! Remember this card?
It's time to consider these deeds.
Need you to master! Flame on!
Take this
The
blade.
flame is on.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Kill it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The spirits be
Take
restless.
this blade.
Let's see if this is the one card that will turn the tides in his favor. That's a good one.
You win this.
It can't even process how many stars we're supposed to get, so let me just go ahead and... So we're doing pretty good. We're getting a lot of stars. Look at this. We're almost at 400 priest wins. My first gold was mage. My second gold was druid. I would be amazed if my third gold was this. I'm at 475 on my paladin, and I think 466 on rogue.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to all of them, because we are only against Mage right now. Believe it or not, when you go to the ladder, there is the option for Standard, Wild, and Mage, and we're on that third one. Katsumoto Knight. Welcome.
What to do?
Darth Spock says, I happen to know you don't play a lot of Warrior. It's one class I don't play a lot. Go ahead and hold on to this one. Has anyone read Malazan Book of the Fallen?
Someday I'll be just like you.
Someday, but not today. It just depends on what the day is. I'll be just like you.
Oh my god. Time to do toasting. Inside the Sun says, hey, Sean, so subbed after your awesome analysis on Jim Butcher. Been a huge fan since Funday Mondays. Miss Tastosis and you in the same place game. Man, I really want to... Oh my god, I'm unbelievable. I really want to go to Korea and visit Nick in a little bit. That would be a lot of fun. I think I just... Farm ranks! GG! I think what I want to do is actually...
Healing, and then killing, and then healing.
Have I looked into Epic Games Paragon? I have not. I would describe my research into it as not in the slightest. Not for any negative reason, because I think that it is bad in some way, but just simply because I have not.
I am freed from the curse.
I'm freed from the curse, even.
Want it? I got it.
Oh, shit. I was not expecting a conjurer, so I think I hit.
Take this blade.
This might be a mistake, but I'm gonna do it. Where does healing come from? It comes from Guardian Heroes. Nicole, Guardian Heroes, healer. Well, if anyone wants to look up Nicole, Guardian Heroes, healing, you will find precisely what I'm talking about. What do you think of some of the cards that are getting removed from the game? I don't know too much about which ones specifically are, but I think it's awesome.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Oh, okay. God.
Mind if I roll knee?
Touch that. Have you ever considered starting a podcast? What do you think this is? It's like a one-man podcast with a video. It's even better, even. Light bomb, light bomb. One more card, then light bomb, light bomb, light bomb.
Fine, I'll heal.
One time. Oh my god, one! We might. One time. Oh! One time! Where's that Reno at? Oh! Oh! I love to gamble, but I love to win and gamble.
I serve the Fire Lord.
I think this saves us more damage in the long run. Woo! Ah, whew. Ah. No flame strike even. Reno, baby. Where's Reno, baby? Let's get that Reno out there. Oh, who runs that card? Don't shoot my tournament medic. How did he know? Ah! Fuck. Why did I do that? Wait, what's that one then? Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus, we're really fucking up. Ugh. Reno! Ah!
From beyond the grave.
You have best.
That sucked a lot of ass. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the show now. That was a good show. We managed to get up a rank and a bonus little star. That's good. Mark, well, I'm gonna go ahead and play some music. No. Q&A time. Q&A, go! Alright, we're gonna do a Q&A. Forgive me, I have the tiredest, stickiest eyes. Crazy Chris 576 says, have you ever had a bad situation with a roommate and how did you resolve it? Depends on what you mean by bad. There's a roommate that I despised living with and I just stopped living with him. Just boom, he got ejected right away. Yeah. Crazy Chris 5 and 6 as in they need to move out and they aren't leaving, I would just go. I go straight all the way. I don't fuck around with any of that stuff. If someone is refusing to leave and they have no legal reason to move, there's nothing you can do, right? Like, if they have no legal reason to move out, you're just like, get out, I don't like you. Then, of course, they're permitted to stay. But if they have any legal grounds to get the hell out, get them out. Just call someone and find out who you need to call in order to get them out, and just get an eviction service to show up and throw them out and to get it moved. Like lightning speed. I have no problem with that. For instance, there have been times when I have not been paid, when people have not paid me. And I don't mean like they were taking time to pay and they were calling me saying, hey, I want to let you know there's been a delay because of this very reasonable reason, and I go, totally understand. But I mean someone like just refusing to pay me. If that happens once, you just, boom, instant collection agency, just call like straight up, no fucking around. No, I do not fuck around when there comes to anything of a legal matter. So, Crazy Chris 576, if someone's not moving out and they need to move out, just instantly go straight to the law and just crush them. Yeah, dude, just prepare, just crush them, just slay them. In a certain sense, I mean, like, there's a certain, like, I don't want to call it joy, but I guess I'd call it, like, justification, where, like, here's the thing that we agreed to, and then it comes time to do the agreed upon things, like, I don't know, I don't really want to listen, how about you just do it this way that's convenient for me, and I do not budge in the slightest ever. And by the same token, if I agree to do something that's turning out really poorly, I do not fuck around with it, like, at all. And I'm not talking like, hey, do you want to hang out on Friday? No, yeah, I'm thinking free on Friday, and then we don't hang out. Like, come on, like, this is, I'm talking like serious, like, will you, I'm gonna make something up, will you manage this boot factory for 3 months? And then, like, 1 month in, I'm like, I hate managing this factory. Hell no, man. I'm going to finish the entire 3 months. I'm going to do a great job the entire time. Yeah. Melto Refas says, you've had some great things to say about how to figure out what you want to do with your life and how to do it. But I'm dealing with a chronic illness for over 3 years, and it makes it almost impossible to do much of anything. Any advice on how to pursue your dreams in that situation? Well, first and foremost, I'm going to remove my eyeball. Wow. So, there. First of all, Melto Rafas, I have known people who have had horrible chronic illnesses, like truly debilitating, like twice a week, just can't do anything. They're just out those days. So they only get like 4 or 5 days a week to be a person. So I will state, with just incredible sympathy, I totally get you. I know, like, well, I don't want to state that I get you because I have not had this happen to me. So I don't want to say anything that would diminish your situation in any circumstance. But I have seen people through that, and I have seen the type of burden it puts on them. So holy shit, do I feel for you, and you have my support, and I believe in you. And the reason I want to begin with that is because, first of all, fucking you earned it, man. You have a chronic illness. That's fucking shitty. Why would I not want to? Why would I want to be like, you have a chronic illness? Well, my ankle's itchy, so we all have our own thing, right? Like, it's not, I'm not... People who have certain struggles totally deserve sympathy. However, I want to... I will say that there is a certain general lack of sympathy that the world has. And I don't mean people. I don't mean expect assholes. I don't mean expect people to be shitty. You should expect people to be wonderful. The more I expect people to be wonderful, the more wonderful they wind up being. What I mean is that the structure of the world doesn't consider things sympathetically. It considers things objectively. For instance, if you are moving rocks from a quarry to a place where they can be processed, and you can only work half as much as a normal person, then the entire operation will value you half as much as it values another person. Right? That's just what's going to happen. And they're not happy about it. They're like, ha, 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 you can't do as much. But it is true that you are literally contributing half as much if you are working in a quarry. I want to use the quarry example because I don't want to be too real there. But in order to step into the real world, Mr. Melterafos, or Mrs. Melterafos. Melterafos has a masculine strength to it, so I said Mr. You have to plan around and work with that reality and really crush it and make it work, right? You really have to make it work. For instance, suppose that you wanted to be, I don't know, we'll just call it a streamer, right? Suppose you wanted to be a streamer, and that was the thing that you were working towards, that you were aspiring towards. Then you have to develop a show schedule that is consistent, that is high-quality content, that you can focus on while still considering this chronic illness. And there's a certain insensitivity to that statement. There's a certain insensitivity to being like, you just have to try harder. But try harder is kind of implying that you don't want to be there, right? That you don't want it enough. And I'm sure you do. It's about problem solving. It's about how do you structure that, right? If you want to be... Here's again a common thing that I read about when I'm either chatting to Tristan about his struggles and studies about authorship, or when I'm just doing it on my own. There are authors who work full-time jobs. They're already working 40 or 50 hours a week, and they have to ask themselves a question: how do I transition from this job here to writing? How do I do that? And what they do is they figure out a schedule where they can go to work, come home and eat, and devote 2 to 3 highly efficient hours to writing, and then have 1 more hour to just sort of unwind and relax and see people. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, they ensure to devote 5 or 6 hours to writing. And I'm sure that a structured work career is obviously very different from a chronic illness, but again, there's this huge obstacle. This person needs to work 40 to 50 hours a week just to have money to survive, just to subsist so that they can have the time to write the novels, and still the time needs to get snuck in there, and yet they sneak in the time. One of Tristan's friends, Christy, she just worked really hard and did this. It was really cool to hear Tristan talk about his friend who'd been working really hard, and then she'd been writing, and then she got a novel published, and she got a deal to publish several novels, and wrote another novel. I don't know specifics, she got some novels coming out. And that's cool. That's super cool. And so, although it is shitty, I think that you can come up with a structure for you to devote to those sorts of things. And it will be harder than someone who had all the free time in the world to do it. And this is where I'd almost say, Melterafos, please let me know if I'm full of shit. Because this is how I would treat other such obstacles that are much more tractable and knowable than a chronic illness, which I feel like is very, in my experience, very random. I once knew a guy in high school who, he was out 2-3 days a week. He was just not there, and he literally couldn't. Someone's I remember someone was joking about it, and one of the teachers was like, no. It's a serious illness, and he actually, is not fucking around. He's not just some guy who doesn't show up to class. And there was one month where he was just there, every single day. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? And then, poof. Here today, gone tomorrow. The Phantom. So that's what I have to think about that. You actually think that's good advice? I'm really glad, because I don't want to be that insensitive prick that's like, oh, you have a chronic illness? You have no legs? Well, just try to jump. That doesn't help anyone. I felt tough Ah, that was good for me. Well, the person with no legs just needs to try harder. That's how jumping happens, is with effort. And this is not anything that was being asked. But New Sunshine said, I knew someone who missed an entire semester. Turns out he was nocturnal for several months and just aced his finals anyways. That is the sort of person that makes for a good story in college and is something I would never be interested in hiring ever once. Ever. I will never fucking hire someone who's like, I didn't do any work and then I aced it. Because if you work at a job, you actually have to show up and work fucking every day. You have to work every day. I hate those stories. I hate those people. I got C's in high school, and I didn't even study that hard. I'm like, well, maybe you'll brag about being unemployed because you're not trying. Oh, no. I don't know why anyone will just give me a job. I know people who are unemployed and trying, and those are the people I think that will pop over the edge. Well, there's more to it to that he was really smart and a good student, but there was that weird year. That's reasonable, sure. But I know people. I mean, not necessarily criticizing your specific friend, because I have no idea who he is, but I knew plenty of people who were like, yeah, I didn't go all semester, I just turned in the essays, I got a B. And I was like, well, you didn't learn anything. And if you get out of college with a bunch of B's and you don't know anything, well, shit, no one cares about you. No one's gonna hire you. It's funny because, like, a lot of times people are like, you gotta show up to class because that's important. And they're not actually saying that nobody gives a fuck what your grades are. No one says that. No one cares what your grades are. They don't care at all. I don't look at your grades. If you apply to artillery games and I'm the person that reads your resume, I'm not gonna look at your grades. I'm not gonna look at your grades. I'm not interested in your grades. Whatever your GPA says, whatever, man. Tell me about what you do. Tell me about who you are and understand things. Like, do that. So, yeah. If you're in high school or college, fuck your grades, man. But show up and try hard. Do so much better, man. I knew this girl in college who got bad grades. There's no other way to put it. She got bad grades. But my God, she was every week talking to her professors, trying to study, working there, trying to figure it out, and it was just hard for her. And she went all the way and continued to fucking conquer these extremely advanced, complex fields. Way more complicated than anything I could have ever done. And it's amazing. It's amazing, because her grades didn't matter. Fuck the grades. She kept banging her head against those walls until she was able to figure it out, and then just kept doing that, and now she's just brilliant. Jesus, she knows way. She can move tiny objects with her mind, man. Alright, I'm gonna leave. Woo! Goodbye. Show's done.